Yo, what it Dooski, Teddy Brewski? What's the deal, Shaquille O'Neal? What's the word, Larry Bird? It's your boy Reactions, man. We back in the backyard with another one. Can you hear me? So listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe, man. We on the road to 5K, 10K. We gonna spike that bitch up to 85K. Can you hear me? So yeah, everything I do over here at Reactions is for entertainment and educational purposes. I do not own the content. Make sure y'all go to Al Prophet. Shout out to Al Prophet. I fuck with Bull. You know, and yo, the stage is set. It's crazy because rest in peace, Nip. You heard? Today is the anniversary of his death. We want to make sure we give, condolences to him and his family and all that good stuff, man. Black Sam, we love you. And we gonna keep, pumping this content, man.
Shout out to Nip and the fam.
Yeah, for sure that. You heard that. So yeah, man, make sure you get down in the comments. Like I say, everything is for entertainment and educational purposes. And back when, the untimely demise of Brother Nip happened, it was a snitch word thrown around. And I heard this story before, but I didn't put it together. Yo, the stage is set. Let's just get to it. Shout out to Al Prophet.
You made it. You know what I mean? Keep it 100. What you need to do is be careful who you stepping on your way up.
This nigga big you. I told Tasha K everything this man did to me. Jumped on me while I was pregnant. Beat me. Locked me in a...
Now that it's pretty apparent that quite a few of the what we thought to be gossip or attempts to get attention on the internet in terms of talking about death of Nipsey Hussle, of robbing this one and that one, all these big U related sort of activities, stories told by WACK 100, Cowboy Loose Cannon, everybody. Now that we know, well, probably a lot of it is true. These guys really were on the internet telling true stories with not that much attempt to be covert or disguise anything.
The nigga name was Dahmer. That's the nigga name. Dahmer came over there to get out with Nip. Cuz you was my nigga, I go to jail. Come to find out, you telling my baby mama, don't answer my phone calls, don't send me nothing.
So allegedly, I guess Nip was knocking off the nigga Dahmer girl, and then he was locked up and whatever he wanted to, fade Nip. Nip was like he didn't want to fade him, so his man's faded him. You feel me? And then check this out. This is WACK 100.
With her, all this shit, you start fucking the bitch 6-0, we gotta get out. Dahmer jump out. Nipsey didn't want to fade, Ghost. He didn't want to get out with Dahmer. Boy, Eddie Boy was telling the nigga I'd get out with him. They lock up. Boom, 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 boom. Eddie Boy whooped Dahmer ass. Knock his tooth out, all that.
So Eddie Boy, Nip didn't want to rumble, so Eddie Boy stepped up and like, I'll squabble him. So in the midst of the squabble, Eddie Boy beat him up, knocked his tooth out, down his throat, and all that. And then Broski came back and unalived him.
Dahmer come back smoking.
Starting to take a look back at really what the circumstances of Nipsey Hussle's homicide were. And the woman that was driving Eric Holder around, she was a Uber driver. They had met not too long before and were sort of dating or whatever. The woman, of course, whose statement to the police was used in court and this videotape.
Like trying to get to me, like to take the picture or whatever, like trying to wait till he stopped talking.
Do you know why he wouldn't want to talk to him?
Because I guess the way he was just like, cuz, have you ever snitched on somebody, cuz this, cuz that.
That's what Nipsey was saying?
So for the people that don't know, that's what Eric Holder was saying to Nip. The whole snitch talk came from Eric Holder because of the situation that transpired when Nip said, if something happened to me, then look into, such and such. Just check it out.
That's what Eric was saying.
Stop playing with me,
Nipsey wasn't like saying nothing. He was just like, nah, nah, like that,
Did it sound like Eric was accusing him of snitching?
To me, it sounded like kind of like he was trying to be a little messy.
So that's her talking about.
If y'all don't know what be a little messy is, like, you know, and this is the last time I'm gonna pause this bitch, but motherfucker come up talking about cuz this, cuz that, like, I heard you, like, this, everybody try to reverse the situation like it was Nip checking him. Like, he's already a bona fide snitch. But when he pulled up, Big U put it in his head like, yo, cause Big U allegedly has, you know, the conversation of Nip saying that if something happens to me, da 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 da, it's this person, Dahmer, whatever the fuck buddy name is. You know what I mean? So take it from there. Check it out.
Not that Nipsey accused Eric Holder of being a snitch, but that
It's the
Eric
opposite.
Holder was asking Nipsey
Was he a snitch?
if he had given some information on something. And WACK 100 has a story about a guy named
Dahmer.
who felt that Nipsey hated on him with his baby mama, girlfriend, whatever, while Dahmer was in jail. He gets out, jumps out on Nipsey, wants to fight him. Nipsey doesn't want to fight for whatever reason. And a guy named Eddie Boy, which I would admit is not the same Eddie Boy that 600 said Big U snitched on, because he's still alive. But this other Eddie Boy, probably little Eddie Boy or whatever,
button,
fights the Dahmer guy and
hit that
beats him
like,
up.
violate that like
Dahmer
button.
comes
Hassan
back,
Campbell style.
knocks
Mark.
Eddie Boy down, is incarcerated for it, or is being, and he ends up getting incarcerated for it. Can somebody tell us, did this really happen? Is there a guy Dahmer from the 60s? Is this true? That's serving time now for killing somebody named Eddie Boy.
Boy, Eddie Boy was telling the nigga I'd get down with him. They lock up. Boom, 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 boom. Eddie Boy whooped Dahmer ass. Knock his tooth out, all that. Dahmer come back smoking. Right? Killing.
Listen, y'all hear that? Nip didn't want to fight him. His man stepped up, squabbled him, and then he beat the motherfucker up, Dahmer up, and then Dahmer come back and kill him.
So basically, Eddie Boy got unalive for being a real nigga and catching his homie's back fade.
That's a fact.
Behind it. Right?
But then
Dahmer go to jail for the body.
Says,
they questioning Nipsey, and Nipsey said, if somebody do something to me, or somebody come up dead, Dahmer did it, or they snatched Dahmer. Big U had that record.
so you gotta hear, you gotta pay attention. Y'all heard that? And this is all alleged, right? But after that situation happened, they say Nip, and this is what maybe caused the whole. While we was thinking one thing on what happened to him, where I mean, we already know. I mean, in my mind, I already knew Big U sent him, but we ain't know the real reason why he sent him. You feel me? No one knew that. I didn't know about this situation. I mean, I heard about the situation with Dahmer, but I didn't know it was connected to Nip to where it was going to be like, nigga try to make it seem like Nip asked that nigga was he snitching type shit.
And use that to make the nigga move. That's when you seen all the victory lap shit. He fucking with him. Nigga, Nipsey was playing his hand. Somebody was going to go one way or another.
And during the early stages of that investigation, Big U playing the tape recording game like WAG 100. Well, it's not really a game. I mean, they're getting tape recordings and using them for their purposes, which is what they teach you to do in Machiavelli and 48 Laws of Power, which everyone says they read. They tell you they learn techniques from this. That Nipsey made a statement saying, if anything happens to me, it was Dahmer. If I pop up dead, Dahmer did it. Under these very strict LA street gang politics in which the members seem to just watch each other's behavior, looking for an excuse to DP each other, run somebody off the set, or take somebody out. That's obviously a violation. And Big U was holding it over his head. Now let's go back to my part one of trying to unravel all this, where, and thanks to the viewers, because I asked what the interview of this was, and I'll go back to that in part 3, but
Like, what's this? And we went backstage. Nip like, man, hey, keep y'all head up because, you know, some shit went on back home. He dead now, so I can say it. It's the 60s or whatever, they had robbed the motherfucking cartel for like 300 keys of heroin.
I think Big U was using the tour bus, Nipsey's tour bus.
Yo, listen to this. It's not only extortion. Like, he's supposed to be, at this time, Big U was supposed to be Nip's manager. He's using a tour bus as a way to score. If they ain't gonna go over your head. So, you know what I mean? And Nip looking like, man, I'm trying to do this shit legit, and you still doing this fuckery. You got like, y'all just burnt the C-tail
You trying to stop the
for
marathon
300 motherfucking Johns? Like,
To at least sometime, or possibly do drug drop-offs, pick up money. And it was making Nipsey hot. He was seeing himself about to take off. He wanted no parts. The incident in Chicago where a bunch of Mexicans tried to get at Nipsey at a concert, and why would that be going on? Well, did it tie back to Big U commandeering and not paying for some heroin from some CARTEL people, who then had their Chicago people put the press on Nipsey and them when they were riding around the country on the tour bus, which that doesn't mean it's true. I have no evidence, but other than circumstantial, but it's plausible sounding.
It's true.
Certainly Nipsey was down with Big U.
It's true. Because that sound like Big U type shit. Nigga want to act like he an activist. And I don't know Big U, but I'm listen, bro. That nigga's like the most remedial person I ever seen. He got so much contradictions on Nip. You know what I mean? Like, bro, everybody know what you up to, and that's why you know what I mean, you're going through what you're going through, because, you know, you fronting your move, you doing you know, they linking you to the PNB, like, bro, like, we were just talking about this shit at work today, like, nigga, you already in your damn near 60s. You do another dime, nigga, you gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, and I ain't wishing death on nobody. Don't get it misconstrued, but bro, you an old head, bro. Like, you in your, like, and then that's a dime is light. Like, what you, like, so what is it all worth it? The little instant gratification, how you burning niggas out of donation money, James Harden, Wiz Khalifa, Shaquille O'Neal, you know, to your little foundation, whatever it was called, and then you try to, you know, take the Crips LLC and do all this shit, fronting like you doing it for the community, like a so-called, like, bro, you a diabolical no motherfucker, but at the end of the day, man, the energy you put out is what the fuck you finna get back, and that's why you in this situation
for a while, right? And if Big U was putting the press game down, Nipsey would have been a part of it, at least for a while. So imagine you're Big U and whoever's down with him, and you put your stamp on Nipsey, so he's the face of the hood. He can do whatever he wants. You got Steve Lobel in the mix. Nipsey's career.
A lot of people forget about Steve Lobel. He's an intricate factor in this, you know what I mean? People don't know about Steve Lobel. White Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker. You hear me? Bald head motherfucker, big nose. You feel me? It's raining outside, but we gonna
elevating.
Fuck it.
Nipsey probably feels like it's him that's elevating his career. Not to say it's not. And Big U may feel like, well, no, it's me.
What you need to do is be careful who you stepping on your way up.
Nipsey does not want to be, or he feels this is his chance to get away from the serious crime, the robbing people, because Loose Cannon, who now seems believable with all the stories, talks about Gilly and Gilly's son, who's now deceased, rest in peace, being stripped of their jewelry by Big U's squad, and then Nipsey pulled up and gave.
Do you know anything about that? Is there any truth to that? Yeah, him and the son got stripped down, butt naked. I mean, not butt naked, to their drawers. So when they got stripped down, basically it was an inside job. Nip pulled up and he gave him like Gilly, like I think like 25,000. You get what I'm saying?
Something like this is in the indictment where they rob you, and then later that day, well, you get robbed, and maybe you don't know who it's by. And then you call like, oh, we checked in with you and we got robbed. What happened? And then they pull up
started hailing
and give
outside.
you some of your stuff back.
And had to rush
NIPSEY
in the
pulled up
crib.
and gave Gilly 25,000.
Had to rush in the crib. My fault, y'all. God damn. Good looking, broski. I appreciate that.
Dollars after he was robbed, him and his son were robbed. Like, and if you're thinking like, well, what the hell is the point of robbing somebody and giving somebody back? It's a power play, right? Like, okay, you're in LA and you're bopping around and you think you're cool. Boom, you get robbed, and now you call me because we're kind of cool, and I'm like, oh, see, you should have let me know you were in town. These guys out here are wolves. Let me see what I can do. Let me call around.
Cause we did. The reason why I respect these niggas is because on some real shit is because that shit ain't a fad.
And then they be like, oh yeah, well I get. They already sold it, but I made them give me 25,000. Here you go.
Nip pulled up and he gave him like Gilly, like.
Hold on. So this is allegedly when Big U and them robbed Gilly. You feel me? Y'all gotta pay attention to this shit, man. It's exclusive content. I had to reevaluate. You feel me? Hold up, you gotta relax. Finish this fucking
I think like 25,000. You get what I'm saying?
Or so give your jewelry back.
They just robbed Gilly the kid now.
Hi, we're Visible. If you're looking for one-line wireless plans without hidden fees and surprise charges for just $45 a month,
so I think
Visible is for you.
That's one line forced you to
I can do. Let me call around.
Because they did a movie together. I don't know if y'all remember, but Nipsey was in a movie with Gilly the Kid. See, this is just reactions. Sometimes you guys gotta relax.
You gotta like and subscribe.
You know what I mean?
Get
like,
this content first.
God damn. I'm trying to drop these exclusives. Yo, but I ain't never peeped that. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna let them talk though.
The reason why I respect these niggas is because on some real shit is because that shit ain't a fad.
And then they be like, oh yeah, well I got. They already sold it, but I made them give me 25,000. Here you go.
Nip pulled up and he gave him like Gilly, like I think like 25,000. You get what I'm saying?
Or give you your jewelry back, or most of it, or I got the little guys who got it, but I got it all, but they want 10,000 for it. So now you simultaneously you did rob them for something, plus. Now you've cemented this relationship. Now I think, oh man, Big U is my friend. He got my stuff back, and I only had to give 10,000, but they took 50,000 worth of stuff. Well, you got me for 10,000 really, and now you got me in your web because now I think you're my protector. So this is a standard, like a prison press thing, you know. And if you know what it is, then it sounds not stupid, but it sounds like it's something easy to see. But if you haven't been exposed to it, this all kind games are easy. It's like magic tricks. If you know what it is, it's easy to see it. But the whole point is, unless you're a con man, a robber, extorter, you don't know the tricks. So you go for them. So anyways,
you fall for the bullshit.
We know that in the indictment, Big U did do these things. There would be robberies, and then they give part of the stuff back. So this makes sense in the context of what we know is believable. And we know Nipsey would have had to been down with what Big U was doing to some degree until they broke up, because that's how it go. If you with somebody and he's doing crack, like, you know about it. That's what's going on. That's what you guys are doing. Remember, Nipsey wasn't making a bunch of money until closer to the end. And then there's a girl, SKG, used to be signed to Death Row and who worked at a radio station. She's now all over the blogs getting interviewed.
This nigga Big U. I told Tasha K everything this man did to me. Jumped on me while I was pregnant. Beat me. Locked me in a...
She got into it with Big U. She was going to charity. See, again, this makes sense. She was in charge of big charity events at one of the radio stations. And they had gotten Albertsons, I think she said, which is a grocery chain out here, to put up $250,000. And Developing Options was supposed to be a part of it. Whatever went on between her and Big U.
Developing Options. That was the name of that shit. Let me adjust this motherfucker real fast. My fault, y'all. Yeah. Developing Options. That's what it was called. But we're not finna listen to this whole joint. This is a, you know what I mean? This is part one. We're gonna end it. Let me see the timestamp. 12:11. Yeah, we're gonna tap in. You feel me? And make sure y'all get down there that like, comment, subscribe, man. Fuck with your boy, man. This is Al Prophet's material. This is part one of the bullshit. We finna stop it. All right, y'all.